Nerd.
Jock.
Retard.
Black.
Type.
Rich.
Bad.
Yeah, man, you're so lucky your parents let you buy that. 350 horsepower Aston Martin convertible, parked right out front of the teacher's spot.
Yeah, you've got a really sweet ride.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Why? What kind of car do you drive?
None. I take the bus.
Ew. I guess he's going to college. Oh my God, did you hear about Becky?
You mean what you did at Ben's place on Saturday?
I was at that party.
Oh my God, I cannot believe her. That girl is such a slut.
Oh my gosh, sure looks good on you. Really shows off your figure.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I've really been watching what I eat lately. Unlike some people who really let themselves go.
Hey, I saw where she was looking when she said that. I'm sorry, but not everyone is going to have a figure like Tyra, and I'm quite happy with the way I look. I don't need anybody judging me, behind my back or right in front of me.
Hey guys, what you laughing about? Well, it's sort of an inside joke, and that's not really where you're at.
Would it hurt them just to open up in there? The little tight circle? It definitely hurts me to keep it closed. I mean, there's nowhere else to sit, and I just thought I could join them. I guess I was wrong.
All right, class, let's settle down here. Now, we're going to pick up where we left off. We're studying, the World Wars. The exam is in 3 days, so let's get down to business. But first, anyone heard from colleges?
I'm still applying to colleges.
Why? Didn't you, get into your top choice?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not so simple. I don't know if I can afford it.
Can't afford it? What are you talking about? It's college. It'll be awesome. And speaking of fun, where did you tan? Where did you go over vacation?
I wish I could have taken a vacation to Europe or to the Caribbean or something, but my parents do all they can just to send me here.
All right, class, we're going to continue our review of the major wars in the past 3 centuries. We recently studied World War I, but to refresh our memories, we're going to go over World War II and the Revolutionary War. These are common questions on the exam, so pay attention. Who remembers what we were talking about on Friday?
The Holocaust?
Right, Timmy.
All right, guys, listen. I have a joke. Why do Jews make the best magicians?
Why is that?
Because they can go into a building and disappear in a puff of smoke.
I can't believe you just said that. My grandparents are Holocaust survivors and lost so many of their relatives and friends during the horrors at Auschwitz. That was so hurtful.
Back to the Second World War. Last time, in our discussions of war, we were talking about how sometimes the rich would pay their way out of mandatory service, whereas the poor could not. Now, we know such economic disparities still exist today. We know that people are here under very different circumstances, and that some are luckier to be here than others, fortunate to have the opportunity to come to a school like this. Now, if you'll open to page 265.
Sir, on the book today, I think I lost it.
Well now, your parents are doctors, aren't they? I figured you always have your stuff with them. Can't you just buy another one?
It really makes me feel awkward when he talks about money. I mean, I know I'm here on scholarship, but I wish not everyone had to know. People make such a big deal of it.
Why do people always have to point out my parents' wealth? So what, my parents have money. That doesn't mean you know me. People find out which end of the economic spectrum you're on, and they just make assumptions about you. I wish they could just leave it alone.
Though black, African-American regiments had served faithfully in every war since the Revolutionary War, their stories were never widely celebrated or remembered. They thus had to prove their abilities to the public yet again during each new confrontation. In World War II, the 92nd Regiment, made up of entirely black African-American soldiers, fought valiantly against the Germans in Italy, and upon returning home, they were widely praised and celebrated. This brought a great deal of pride to the black community at the time, did it not?
I don't know, I wasn't born yet.
Right.
Pointing it out again. People mean well, but not a day goes by where I'm not blatantly reminded that I'm different. It would be nice if some days could just be a little less superficial, see me for more than just the color of my skin. I mean, I know I'm different, but you don't have to always point it out.
Of course, racism still proved a powerful force in America. Racial slurs were thrown around carelessly, which we need not repeat.
I really don't get what's so bad about the N-word. I mean, black people use it with each other all the time.
Yeah, really, how can people say it so bad? Seriously.
That word is filled with centuries of hatred. For generations, it was a rallying call for violent acts against black people in this country. But even now, it carries the weight of years of racism and blind rage. It may not bother you, and other people may throw it around like nothing. Without one word embodies so many of the horrors of this country's past, and it sure bothers me.
Yes, we have come a long way since our racist roots. I mean, just look at this year's presidential race.
Yeah, Obama.
Hillary too.
Why would anyone vote for her?
Yeah, you think I want some lady running the country telling me what to do? I can't stand that woman.
Yeah.
Come on now. What's with all this aggression? Obama's a cool dude, I don't doubt that. But Hillary gets into battle mode and she's too robotic. She gets emotional visiting her alma mater and she's too unstable and weak. Nobody's got a proper word to say about her, and I tell you, it doesn't all have to do with her campaign. Those boys are so pig-headed, they can't stand having a girl outspeak them during class, let alone have one vying for the most powerful position in the world. I know those cracks about Hillary, go make me a sandwich, are supposed to be jokes, but it's not okay when people who say them actually believe them.
So you see, this war would plant the seed for the anti-communist paranoia that would run rampant in the 50s and 60s. You did not want to be put on trial for suspicions of communist sympathies during the reign of the Red Scare, during the Cold War that followed. You could lose your job and even your career.
So hold on. If people suspect you to be communist, they can take away your whole life. That's so gay.
Why do you have to call everything negative gay? Don't you think that might be the least bit offensive to some people? I mean, my sexual orientation is part of who I am, and it definitely does not feel good to have that term thrown around like it's some kind of disease. Come on, are you people so insecure that you've got to denounce everyone around you and act like gay is the worst thing you've ever heard of? I can't believe they can throw such terms around so hurtfully and act like nothing's wrong. I mean, this is supposed to be a safe haven, where I can be comfortable with who I am, where I can expect support and not exclusion. That's what the sign says, at least.
Now, do any of you know the history of where these Revolutionary War soldiers came from? They were ancestors of slaves in Africa. Slaves who were big, muscular, and strong. Now you there, you would make the perfect slave. Big, broad shoulders, nice and dark. They probably would have paid a whole $10 for someone of your caliber. Now, back to the question of the day. Can anyone tell me the date of D-Day, Petra?
I don't know, 1970 something?
That's a little off.
Wow, you're retarded.
What do you mean by that? You use the term all the time to say stupid, but have you ever thought about how it feels for someone who knows someone with a mental retardation to hear that? I don't think so. I mean, it's a serious issue, and those dealing with any sort of mental retardation deserve our support, not our insults.
All right, guys, I have another joke. It's like this. I'm not Jewish. My bread always rises.
Hey, what's that about? We've got people here of all different backgrounds and different belief systems. You may not think much of it, but if you crack those kinds of jokes, you're bound to hurt somebody. And even if they're not for real, that doesn't make it cool to joke around like that. A person's identity, that's a serious thing. You can't afford just to make light of that.
Children, please, the question of the day. What's the date of D-Day?
June 6, 1944.
That's right.
Probably spent all Saturday studying instead of going out to Ben's party.
Students, save it for later.
Save it for later. Sir, if no one stands up and says anything now, they're not going to say anything after class. And we can't just keep our mouth shut. It's about time we all spoke up.
Us, the Hamden Hall Diversity Committee, ask that you remember that words are powerful tools that can hurt people, even if unintentionally. Our community prides itself on its diverse, yet ununified atmosphere, and that can only continue if you accept each other. The Diversity Committee has put new Celebrate Diversity symbols around the school, and we hope that they serve as a reminder to each of you to respect one another and allow everyone to be comfortable being themselves.